All right, ladies and gentlemen, introducing you to our two fighters here, center ring. 5 by 3 minute rounds. We fight introducing to you first. He stands across in the red corner. He weighed in officially 79.8 kilos. From the Extreme Boxing Gym where he's trained by Kim Gray, please welcome George Hooper! And his opponent standing across in the blue corner. He weighed in officially 79.2 kilos. Trained by Stephen NG from the Matrix Boxing Gym. Please welcome Leo Grant. Referee, third man in the middle is Mr. John Watson.
Okay, boxers, we've been over the rules in the dressing room. Obey that all times. Protect yourself at all times. Touch gloves, back to you. Good luck.
Round one.
Well, we arrive to our fourth bout of this evening's program. It's a 5 by 3 minute bout between Leo Grant and George Hooper. As we can see here, George Hooper starting very fast, coming out of the corner like a bull. As Leo Grant takes the back seat, just snapping the jab, happy to keep him at a distance for now, as Hooper keeps marching forward. Two fighters on different spectrums in their career. Obviously, George Hooper having his pro debut here tonight. He fights out of the Extreme Boxing Gym and is guided by the great Kim Gray. Whereas Leo Grant, he's an undefeated pro going from strength to strength. Always an entertaining fight, Adam, and I'm sure you've seen a couple of his fights before on TV.
Leo Grant, he's nicknamed the Terminator, and nicknamed the Terminator for a reason. He's got such a high work rate, and he just comes and he does not stop. But George Hooper has been the one that started faster tonight so far, and they almost look like they're very similar type styles. And George Hooper could be also the Terminator coming forward with that style. Nice right hand though by Leo Grant there, which stopped that flurry coming forward by Hooper.
Just looking at George Hooper's trunks, I don't know what country he's representing. He's got about 6 different flags on his pants, so he's obviously interracial.
I think in this fight, we can see Leo Grant there being the more experienced in the professional ring. That's where Hooper's had the fastest start here, where I think as the fight goes on, Leo Grant will start to have some more success there as the experience will carry him through.
Yeah, and Leo Grant definitely has power in his shots. When he hits you clean, you stay hit. So I guess George Hooper has to be very mindful of that.
You can see that experience already coming into play that little bit there, where now Leo Grant started to hold that center ring.
Yes.
And starting to counter away those little shots. That's where a novice coming through like George Hooper, where he started nice and fast, but it's those little tactics which will be advantageous for Leo Grant.
Yeah, he trains out of the formidable Matrix Boxing Gym at the Gold Coast, does Leo Grant. So plenty of good sparring there under head trainer Steve NG.
One thing all the fighters coming out of the Matrix Boxing Gym are is extremely fit. That's why they all have that high work rate.
Both boys just happy to measure in the center of the ring at the minute. Like you said, very, very similar styles, both boys. Both come forward. And when they do come forward, they come forward with punches and bunches.
They almost look identical as each other, these two boys.
It is. It's very, very similar.
Be careful there, Hooper hitting on the back of the head there. Referee's calling him up.
Yeah, just got warned there for hitting on the back of the head.
Very George even Hooper. First round there though, Nathan.
Yeah, it was.
Big thank you to our major sponsors, Ultra Tune, Pivotal Homes, and Zoo Creative. As well as our supporting sponsors, Oxworks, Action Metal Recyclers, Oneless Waste Management.
As we can see some snippets from the previous round here. It was a good right uppercut. Caught the attention of George Hooper there. Oh, and another right hand. But at times he gave as good as he got, did George Hooper, having his pro debut.
Looking forward to round 2 now, seeing the boys come out now, how they've reassessed in their corners, and after each camp has seen the opposition come out and do a round now and see how they've readjusted and come out to this second round.
So it's that round 2.
Round 2 of 5.
Straight back to the centre ring by Leo Grant.
Yeah, and that's where he needs to be. He's got quite a good jab on him, I've seen in previous fights. If he can work off that jab, we know he's got power in his right. He's had the 4 wins, and 3 of them have been stopped inside the distance.
I think we commentated his last couple of fights as well, Nathan. I think it was from extreme work rate where he really outworked his opponents.
Yes, that's right. He gives them nothing, gives them no space to breathe.
It'll be interesting if this, as the fight leads on, if Hooper starts to fatigue, see if Leo jumps on him with his extreme fitness.
Yeah, if you haven't done the work in the gym, Leo Grant will definitely catch you out.
He's fighting very smart right now though. Grant is just holding that centre ring, just popping that jab out, keeping him at bay. Sitting on that back foot well as well. When he throws that jab, every time Hooper comes forward, Grant's rocking on that back foot and countering back over there. Looks like he's really already found that distance now.
Lead right hand, from Leo Grant, missing the mark.
Nice pressure there by Hooper, coming forward.
Yeah, backing his opponent to the corner, but Leo did a good job of getting back to centre ring.
This fight's going to turn into a real battle of wills, see who wants it more. Very evenly matched.
Hooper's definitely come to fight.
Carrying the heritage of about 4 or 5 different countries, as you said, Nathan, on his trunks. Oh, nice right hand over the top there by Grant.
Good jab there from Leo Grant. And another.
Coming forward with diagonal punches there, Hooper was. Almost got stopped in his tracks by a jab by Leo Grant.
Right hand over the top by Hooper, just catching gloves.
So relaxed Grant is in there.
Yeah,
It's almost like nothing's phasing him.
The output's not as much as the first round, but still many punches for this weight division.
Ten seconds. Listen for the bell.
You hit this 10-second bell there.
Stop!
And that's the end of that round. Another entertaining round, competitive round.
Yeah, very, very evenly matched round, Nathan.
Yeah, probably more decisive, more clear shots, you'd think, land in Grant's favour.
He's doing the basics very well, I think. That's where he's having his success. So I think that's what, in a fight like this, that's what the judges will tend to look to. You would think that he's having that success with that jab and the 1-2s, and they're starting to land. You think he's starting to edge these rounds, but in saying that, the work rate of Hooper is coming through as well.
As we can see here on the replays, there's plenty of output, but not too much effectiveness from Hooper. So he's throwing plenty, but not too many are landing. So Leo Grant, like I said, the percentages are higher with his punches. So that's probably the telling factor here.
And it's not from lack of trying. I think Grant's really found that distance very well, and he's using his back foot well to keep him at bay. Very willing, George Hooper is. Let's see how the third round starts.
Always got a very high defense, Leo Grant, almost peeking over his gloves. That's why he's got, usually can catch most punches that come towards him. As we see, that sort of almost peekaboo stance.
See, as you said, he's got that peekaboo stance where he throws that jab, rocks back with that right foot and almost watches and sees what reaction is going to come from it. He does have to be careful with that though, only doing that in singles, as the more experienced guys will start to pick that off and counteract that and throw that big right hand over the top.
Yeah, I mean, something like a second attack would combat that, but obviously George Hooper in his pro debut obviously doesn't see that, hasn't got quite the experience to see that yet. But like you said, once he gets more into the experienced fighters, up against the experienced fighters, they might catch that out. Oh, a big shot
nice
there from
right
Leo
hand.
Grant.
But Hooper answers. He's there to fight.
Yeah, he took it well.
Like the way Grant holds his chin down as well. He's not exposing it out there. Right hand over the top, lands another one there almost on the temple of George Hooper.
Another good evenly matched fight here.
When I say break, you step back, okay? Go.
Yeah, very good matchmaking this boxing card tonight, especially considering it's only all Queensland fighters to have guys so evenly matched put together.
Oh, good left hook catching the attention there of Hooper. He comes forward with the barrage of punches, does Leo Grant. Oh, body shot from Hooper. He's mixing it up well. I'm impressed with this debut performance from Hooper.
Oh, he's coming through. He's definitely here to fight.
No wrestling, work it out.
He's
Hands
not here to
straight.
make up the numbers.
You hold it. Leo, you hold it.
The Extreme Boxing Gym and Kim Gray are renowned for having a lot of masters fighters out at their camp out there. So, although Hooper being on debut tonight in professional boxing, you can see he's definitely no stranger to the ring, and I'd say he's definitely had a few fights, whether it be amateur or masters. He definitely knows his way around the ring.
Yeah, and obviously some very good sparring there too as well.
Oh, that left rip to the body.
10 seconds.
Where has that come from, Nathan?
Yeah, and he's moving quite well. This is very impressive from Hooper.
This is a different George Hooper.
Well, yeah, great feat there from Hooper. I mean, probably not enough to steal the round in my eyes, but very gallant effort here from the debutant.
Major sponsors of the event tonight, Ultra Tune.
Once again, we'd like to thank our major sponsors, Ultra Tune, Sean Buckley, thank you very much. Mick Irwin from Pivotal Homes, and Ryan Hunter from Zoo Creative, as we see some of the replays here. And Hooper catches him with a great right hand. But Leo Grant straight back on the attack, as we see, giving as good as he got.
There's that slip left rip in there. The last 30 seconds of that round, George Hooper really started moving his head well, stepping off the line, and started having some success to the body. Still anyone's fight here, Nathan. 2 rounds to go in a 5-round bout. This bout very well could come down to these last 2 rounds.
See Leo Grant starting with that jab. He likes to throw single jabs. If he doubles it up, like we said earlier, it will force his man to go backwards. Single jab can be countered quite easy as well. You can slip right hand.
Nice head movement here by Hooper. I like he's coming out different here. He's bending down, he's squatting his knees better. He's got more power there. He looks a lot more balanced.
And changed his height very well there. Went down to the body and then finished to the head. 2 good jabs once again.
I think it took to round 3 to wake George Hooper up.
Leo, you hold it. Break.
He's having fun in there. You can see he's working very well. He's warming into this fight, which is not usually what you see for a debutant.
You can see as he's warming up now, it's where the single shots from Leo Grant are being less effective. Where the first 2 rounds he could keep him off at bay with a jab. Now Hooper's starting to slip that single shot and come in and counter of his own.
Well, he's got his eye in now, so he's seeing those punches all of a sudden.
Oh, nice body shot there by Leo Grant. That's what he has, where he gets the success, throwing punches in numbers.
And now he's starting to see punches. He's starting to move his feet to move out of harm's way as Hooper gets back on the jab there. Leo Grant marching forward, but a good up and under there from Hooper. Leo Grant just a single punch again. Very risky. What a great contest again.
Grant holding center ring well.
And this is where he has to work. When he gets his man to the corner, he can't escape. That's when he has to increase his output.
Crowd starting to get a chant for George Hooper. See if he can bring this round home. We're in the final minute of round 4.
They're trying to will their man on, and he's doing a great job so far.
You can see this is where Leo Grant's had success holding that center ring as well. He's using far less energy than George Hooper. He's almost running him around the ring.
Working there, working there. Break!
Both boys working in close. Have to be broken apart by the referee. All big right hand, just missing the mark there from Leo Grant.
Break!
22 seconds in this 4th round. It will go the distance.
Seconds.
5 by 3 minute contest, so we will go into that last round with only 10
nice
seconds to
little
go in this
step right
round.
hand
As
there.
we see,
Oh, both boys with the hot
Leo Grant
finishing
pouring the
round
pressure.
4 well. So we've got a bit of an unorthodox bout here, having 5 rounds. Nathan, you don't see that too often in the professional ranks.
Well, I think it's done. It's done these days to try and stop the draw, to be honest, because it's very hard. Usually, you see some fights, 2 rounds each and a 4-rounder, but with a 5-rounder, usually there's less draws. I know that it's still possible because you can give a 10-10 round, but it's a lot less likely because a lot of the judges like to award each round to one of the fighters. So,
Yeah, personally, I'm a fan of it. I think there should be less draws in professional boxing. So if it comes down to making an odd number of rounds to help achieve that more, I'm a fan of it.
Last round.
So seconds down, 5th.
Especially in a bout which is so even like this might be the defining round.
yeah, and they want to see a result. They want to see whether their combatant is a winner or a loser. As both boys march forward, you can see both boys button heads almost like rhinos as they charge together. 2 good shots there, jabs from Leo Grant as Hooper pours on the pressure.
Almost a jab off at the start of this round 5.
Oh, swing and a miss there from Leo Grant. Very dangerous, leaving his head out there for a while.
Oh, that's where that back foot from Leo Grant works beautifully. Missed that looping shot and countered with one of his own.
It's going to be not single punches here from Leo Grant. When he comes forward, he has to come forward with 2 jabs. Get behind, get his man going backwards. As soon as he throws a single, he leaves himself open. He leaves his head right there to be hit.
And he's got to keep that jab going in this last round and work off that. Oh, there's that right hand, left hand by Hooper. Hooper finishing well.
We're going to the final 2 minutes of this 5th and final round as both boys start to pour on the pressure. This guy's debut has been nothing but brilliant, George
triple
Hooper.
jab there by George Hooper. Nice left hook, right hand, and each one of his own. Leo Grant starting to finish strong.
Yeah, Leo Grant caught him on the way out there, big right hand.
Counter hook there by Hooper. Who wants it more?
Big wayward left hand just missing the mark there from Grant. Oh, that was a little bit low there from Hooper, but referee missing it.
Oh, another one there. You could almost call that questionable on the belt line.
Very evenly matched contest. Once again, on paper, it doesn't seem that way, but here in the flesh, it is very close as Leo Grant marches forward with his own punches.
1 minute to go in round number 5. 1 minute to go in this bout. Who wants it more? Both boys leaving it all in the ring.
Good variation in height there from Hooper, ducking under one of Leo Grant's left hooks. And good movement once again by the debutant Hooper. This is impressive.
Nice feint jab there by Grant. This is where Leo Grant gets his name, the Terminator. He finishes strong.
And this is going all the way with only 30 seconds left in this fifth and final round. Both boys get broken up by the referee. And they'll come in again. One last stanza here as Leo Grant starts to the body, finishes to the head. Good movement once again by Hooper, gets out of harm's way.
Round 5, George Hooper finishing as he started round 1. What an impressive debut.
10 seconds.
Even if he doesn't get the decision here, he can hold his head high as he marches forward and finishes the stronger of the two. George Hooper, stand and applaud. Unbelievable.
Both boys embrace in the middle. Crowd are on their feet. What a fight.
A very evenly matched contest, and that one could go either way. Probably the more decisive shots have come from the man in blue, Leo Grant, but the output probably favours Hooper.
I think Hooper has definitely finished the fight a lot better as well, but did Leo Grant steal those first 3 rounds by just having that higher work rate?
As we can see some of the replays here, the output was enormous by both boys, just a right hand missing there from Hooper, and Leo Grant catching him with the counter there.
Both
Left
boys
hook, right hand, big right hand there from Grant.
Both boys so similar in their styles.
Well, styles, build, height, everything is matched up evenly here, and that's probably why we got such a good contest. He ducks under shots, looking for that left hook, bang, just over the top of his head.
Oh, I don't...
This one will be close. We'll go to the scorecards.
I wouldn't even mind seeing a rematch in this one, Nathan.
Yeah, well, we probably won't get the draw because it is a 5-rounder, but I'd like to see it again.
I think George Hooper will be all the better fighter from this.
As we wait for the final verdict here, both boys done their corners very proud. It must be close because they're taking a while to tally up these scores.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll get our 2 fighters to center ring to make
Both
this
fighters
one
called
official.
to center ring
Put
for the
hands together for our 2 combatants here. Give you a great contest. We go to the judges' scorecards here. And Judge Roy Saunders judged the bout 48 to 47. Judge Williams scored the bout 49 to 47. And Judge Marsh scored the bout 49 to 46, all to your winner by unanimous decision. And it goes to the blue corner, Leo Terminator Grant.
Very close decision there, Nathan. The blue corner scraping that out.